Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LRS GT series. We're here for round 4 at Daytona International Speedway, the road course this time. And as we're currently taking a look at the standings, we have MTL up front with a total of 23 points. We also have Blue in second, Intoxicant and Violet Sky. Both of the Porsches duking it out here today for the third spot. Meanwhile, Pluto with the Ferrari in fourth, and it's nice to see Ferrari in the top, or in fifth, excuse me. A Ferrari in the top 5 is actually very surprising. I did not expect that. Meanwhile, two of the Mercedes drivers, Jimmy Fuego and JKR, is 6th, 7th. Ricky in 8th with the other Ferrari. Debbie in 9th with the McLaren, Conti 10th with the Ferrari. So it's pretty much a McLaren, Ferrari, Porsche, Mercedes battle here that we're going to have. Of course, we have also the Lamborghini drivers. Another Mercedes driver back there, a bunch of BMW and Nissan drivers, and Artie, who did get a point with the BMW last time. Anyway, let's get this all started up, and then we're gonna watch. And of course, keep an eye out for the next 2 races. Well, we have a race after this. Well, 2 races after this. We have the Bartopia All the Poles race, but after the Daytona Road Course race, we have the big one. And that is none other than the LRS GT Nordschleife Crown. So we're going to see people drive on the Nordschleife 5 laps. And we're going to see who's going to become the Nordschleife race winner. Because GT Schleife is actually one of the achievements to get for the LRS King status. The biggest achievement in LRS. My apologies for all the noises. I am extremely sick, yet I'm still doing this. Mind you, I got tea and the coffee to do this because I'm sick and tired. Like, I'm so exhausted, and I'm also very sick at the same time. So you gotta excuse me here for today. But let's take a look at the the qualifying here at Daytona, where we're looking at Artie, the 11th of the BMW, who had an incredible race. Last time in Watkins Glen. We're back in the USA again, just for a doubleheader. And GT will have a new schedule. It'll, of course, include the same races, but ran in different times. So I'll talk about that more later on. Sorry. Oh, just a good old TS. Ellie goes off there. Hello. I was trying to enjoy my drink, man. Don't do that. We also have MTL here. The race winner from Watkins Glen last time. And he has also been doing very, very solid in other series. Earlier today, he was in Canada. He had to race for the Formula series, and he ended up 12th, unfortunately. But I don't think he wants to end up. I don't think he wants to have another dud here. I think he wants to have one dud, one dud, and just leave it behind, and go absolutely haywire here today. And I would love to see him go ham here. I would love to see him go haywire here. It'll be fantastic to see him go off here at Daytona, despite the fact that he had a horrible day at Formula. As Audi, JKR, Violet Sky, and then the remaining other drivers are going to start their laps. The schedule, of course, is going to be a bit different. As I said beforehand, I'll tell you guys the schedule so far, and it's more so, the GT will more so be based on regions. So, of course, it still has to do with the crowns, because the crowns are specified in different regions. So, for example, like, you have the Nordschleife crown, which is in Europe, because it's in Germany. So beforehand, you get Mugello, the GT opener, Monza, Silverstone, Spa, and then you get the Nordschleife. Then afterwards, it goes to Japan, Australia, Uh, hold on, let me double check. Yeah, it goes to Middle East, uh, Asia, and Australia. Then we're gonna have Autopolis, Suzuka, Bahrain, Albert Park, and then Bathurst. And the last part is in America, where we're gonna have Daytona, Interlagos, we're gonna have Interlagos, Daytona, Laguna Seca, Watkins Glen, and then go to Atlanta. And that's gonna be the schedule for next time. And it's more so that it makes it so a lot of the series or the GT series actually races in regions as opposed to like go from country to country, go from place to place. It's a very cluttered if you do that. So instead, stick in one continent for a while and then move on to the next continent. As we already have Violet Sky with the fastest lap, 147.691, putting that as the pole time here at Daytona. Meanwhile, Ricky with a 148, Audi in third, and now fourth as Ellie pushes JKR down to third. Gets herself the second spot with a 147.742. It's looking great for her today. And it was also looking great for another driver here today, who also came from Canada, and that is none other than the number 39 of Blake Isayoy. Whoa, Jimmy Fuego, pole position. He wants more. You can definitely tell. I feel like he is still heated up from the Formula race, and Intoxicated takes that pole position. Are we gonna have a freeway battle with Lamborghini, Mercedes, and Porsche here today? If so, that is gonna be fantastic. We're gonna watch and witness a fantastic battle here, if that is the case. Either way, now it's us to get it. The pole city that we're looking at, Shiny pushing her Lamborghini into second. Oh, this is gonna make for a really good race here today. This is really gonna make for a fantastic race. I'd say sit back and relax because this is gonna be peak. You heard it there first, folks. This race is gonna be peak. Then crossing the line, where's gonna put the Mercedes? Can he get somewhere up high or not? He puts it in 6, meaning that it is pretty much it is Porsche, Lamborghini, Mercedes, Lamborghini, Porsche, Mercedes, Lamborghini, Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren. That's literally what it is. Oh, lordy lord. It's going to look great here today at Daytona. This is going to be a fantastic battle. Let's see what any of the McLarens could do if they could improve their runs. Well, it looks like it's not going to be really working for drivers such as Blue the Demon, who won the Mugello race earlier this season. And of course, Blue driving the Phantom Motorsports team, McLaren. Very, very known for the battle between Phantom Motorsports and Ackerman Motorsports, which is going to happen this after Legends 2. That's actually going to be an official thing, because then there's going to be drivers involved within those teams. Of course, we have alliances like JKR and Intoxicated, but Intoxicated is planned to be signed by JKR in Ackerman Motorsports. Meanwhile, Blue the Demon is going to sign Smokero as the second driver. And for the third driver, JKR will be signing Draco, the Formula and Stock Car driver. And Blue the Demon will be signing Renacci as his third driver in the Phantom Motorsports team. So it's looking really good. It's looking really spicy. And I would love to see those two duke it out. I mean, I'm not saying that there's already a battle between those two. I mean, we have never seen those two clash side to side. But if there's going to be a day where, like, some of the best drivers of those teams are going against each other, it's going to be an incredible season. I'm just saying. Looking at Smoker, currently is 16th. Not a great position for him today. Meanwhile, it's also not looking great for the McLaren. So with MTL crossing the line here, along with another group of drivers. And we're seeing another driver who comes out of the... who's going to go to the bank and onto the last section, onto the start-finish. Meaning that we are looking at the qualifying session come to an end slowly. And as time is ticking, this has to be a D-lap for multiple drivers, including the 93 of Ellie here, who had a horrible Brazil race. But let's see if she could make it a great Daytona race here for the GT category, or for the GT series as opposed to the prototype series. As the qualifying session comes to an end here at Daytona, we are looking at the remaining cars crossing the line. Let's see if there's going to be any improvements. We're looking at Jimmy Fuego. He managed to put that Mercedes up in third, but let's see if he can put that Mercedes even higher by any chance, or that's going to be it for him. Not saying that if he don't, he's going to have a horrible race. He is still having a fantastic race here. And also a fantastic qualifying session, as MTL and Demi, both of the McLarens, are trying to put their runs in, and they have to push crazy now, because if they don't, it is over. They have to start from the midfield, and that will not be great for the McLaren, because, mind you, those have been winning twice. MTL, of course, being a race winner. Ricky in the pits. Okay, that's a bit odd. Look at MTL crossing the line here. Let's see where he's going to put that McLaren. No improvement. And neither from Demi. So looking at Shani, the last driver to cross the line here. Let's see if Shani could actually manage to get herself a faster run. Well, it looks like it's a no. Meaning that the qualifying session has come to an end here. And it was intoxicated Shani Jim Fuego Metro Violet. It's about to go green. Racing here. Well, we're about to go green in a second. As we look at multiple cars getting ready to start their laps. We are going green. Racing here. 15 laps at Daytona. 20 cars all coming over. Now Shiny in the lead. Remember, Shiny is a Legends endurance participant. She was a Legends endurance participant, partook in Legends 1. And she actually managed to get herself a top 3 here. So it's just muscle memory to this point. It's muscle memory for Shiny. As Blake gets ahead of Slaughternaut here. Now intoxicated. Finding with Jimmy Fuego side to side. Meanwhile, Ellie also trying to hold her position from MTL. A lot of cars are packed close to one another. And the Porsches in free fourth at the moment as Jimmy Fuego managed to put that Mercedes even closer to Shiny. Now intoxicated going on the inside here. Gets on the lower half. Jimmy's still weaving left and right. Holding back intoxicated as much as possible. Is about to go to lap 2. Now intoxicated on the inside. Let's see if Jimmy Fuego is going to hold him back or if he's going to let him by. He's not going to let him by in the slightest still. Intoxicated trying to find a way to get ahead of Jimmy Fuego. As we look at the battle here between Renacci and Anastasia. Wow, Blue getting really wide there, so the Ellie. Demi getting ahead of the Lamborghini. Ali now ahead of Danny Allister, side to side, going on to the banking here. But Ali at the bottom, gathering way more speed. Meanwhile, Danny Allister staying on top, thinking more about the momentum. And Danny knows about that a lot. I mean, that man had multiple Daytona wins in Roblox era, so he has experience in it. Meanwhile, Jake are getting ahead of Metro, and it's just like Legends Endurance all over again. The 72 overtaking the 21 in the exact same cars they were driving too. Because Jake, who did win a Legends Endurance GT3 race, and now is able to race in LMP1 next time if he happens to win the championship here. But so far, it's not looking like he's gonna win it. Ricky coming over to the second horseshoe. Pluto close to Metro, and that is the only Ferrari we have. And the top 10 as the other two Ferraris are far behind the pack so far. And the grid is also more being split into groups at the moment. See MT on Danny Allister back there. Side to side, Blue the Demon and Demi also having front row seats to it. Now the Brit gonna try to get ahead of the 77. Did not work, had to back out. It's gonna try again later. Now Demi on the inside of Danny Allister, side to side. And then we see the 77 getting way fast. I mean, the McLarens are super fast on the straight. We've seen that during the test season a lot with MTL and Intoxicated. Those two who duked it out on every single race. And Demi ahead of the 17. So did the 25, also ahead of Danny Ellison, but it's not confirmed yet. They got ahead of him on that turn. Now onto the banking. Danny Ellison could go low, but Blue could also go low, but I think Blue would stay high instead. Yeah, he's gonna stay high. So will Danny Ellison. Meaning that Blue is secured for the next few laps until Danny Ellison gets himself momentum and the pace to get closer to the 25 again. And I think it might be, instead of a few laps, it might be now. Because that man is so close to Blue at the moment. Ellie side to side with Pluto. Pluto backing out and is going to try to overtake again. Shiny still in the lead. Jimmy Fuego is second. And he wants to get more than a second. I think he wants to go for first. Because he is on striking distance with Shiny. He's in striking distance. As you have the two Lamborghinis together, Ellie and Metro. Meanwhile, the other Lamborghini up top in the lead, completely in the pack here, but also under pressure. And I assume Ellie and Metro really want to get closer to Shiny to provide help. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's also saying that in their contracts with Lamborghini. Look at Pluto behind the 93 at the moment. You can tell, you can literally tell what is a Mercedes by just the growling of the engine. Meanwhile, the Lamborghinis have a really high pitch sound. Well, no, that's more so the BMW. The BMW is more of a high sound. As Shiny crosses the line, 10 more laps remaining. And Ellie getting ahead of Metro here. Ricky also getting ahead of Danny Ellison, and that Mercedes driver is drowning in positions. Drowning down the positions. Sinking deeper. Now looking great for the Nissan and BMW drivers. All the way at the bottom. All of them. Also not great for the Ferrari or McLarens, as now it really is the spotlight aimed at the Lamborghinis, Mercedes, and Porsches. As 4th, 5th, and 6th is literally 1, 2, and 3 mirrored. So looking at Ricky at the moment, in 13th behind Conti. Also his position under threat by Danny Allister. But he is more so concentrating on getting ahead of Conti. You can say the same for MTL as he tries to get ahead of Metro. Pluto getting ahead of MTL. MTL closes to Metro on the inside. Now we're going to see the McLaren getting ahead of the Ferrari. If none of the McLarens could get anything good, then only MTL could. Again, we get an amen. He is close to Metro, and I feel like he's going to try to overtake on the banking or on the Le Mans chicane. Or straight away on the backstretch. But instead, it's not going to be MTL Metro, it might be Pluto MTL. As you see the Ferrari trying to get closer to the McLaren, but MTL holding that position as firmly tight as possible. And we're firmly grasping that location, or firmly grasping that position, and not letting go. Meanwhile, MTL is going to try for another chance, another shot. Here we go, side to side, onto the start-finish line. Another chance, another opportunity. Let's see if the 12 could get ahead of the 21. No messing up this time. Let's see if he could. Still side to side. Metro managed to slingshot himself next to MTL out of that turn. Oh, Danny Allister sliding across the block here. Losing on multiple positions, and this pushes Extasia up top, even ahead of one of the Mercedes, and it is getting horrible for the 17 here today at Daytona. And this is gonna definitely put flame under his chair. This is gonna put flame under his seat, because now it's gonna be like that people are thinking that he's underperforming. But hey, I would like to be proven wrong next time at the Nordschleifer crowd. I would love to be proven wrong by Danny Alistair. It'll be insane to see him take that top spot over there. But yeah, we'll see that next time. But for today, we definitely know who's going to be winning here at Daytona. Possibly, and that is Shiny. I'm saying possibly because Jimmy Fuego is close as hell. Shiny already led more than half of the race. It's beautiful to see. Beautiful to see that the number one is dedicated to a win here at Daytona. On Cyber Renacci. Let's see which of the two could get ahead of one another. The 11 getting really close, but does get ahead of the 44. And now he can take the slipstream of the Mercedes there. But Reina making it a very tough race for Audi here today. On the inside, the 11 goes. And now held back the 44. And that 16th spot is his now. Shiny comes over to the Le Mans chicane and now onto the last section of the banking. As Shiny is already on lap 11. 10 or 5 more laps remaining, sorry. 5 more laps remaining here at Daytona. And then we're going to see who's going to become the winner here. Meanwhile, Audi and Pluto really planning on taking the spot away here and there. Audi now on the top here. Not to get ahead. One thing I also want to talk about was the drivers. Some of the drivers who were at Formula. Well, especially the driver who's in 19th right now, Blake Isayoy. actually got podium on home ground. They were racing in Canada today. Formula was racing in Canada, and Blake is Canadian. He got himself into a podium spot. Which is really lovely to see. 39 on podium in front of his crowd. You gotta wish for more. Well, of course, a race win in front of your crowd. That's way better. When they crossing the line, 3 more laps remaining here at Daytona, and Shiny is still in the lead, over a second already. Already close to Danny could get that 15th spot by any chance. I'm definitely gonna go for that. Ellie planning on overtaking the 72. As Ellie managed to get away from MTL. And now you see JKR as a bit of a crutch to get away from MTL. Need to like hold MTL away from her. Wow, Metro going a bit wide over there. The same with Pluto. Pluto side to side, really close to Metro. You could definitely try to go side to side with him. Kanzi, another driver that was also from Canada and here in America as waving white flag. One more lap to go. Shiny still in the lead, has been leading the entire race. Have to see one red Lamborghini cross the line. We're soon about to see a yellow Lamborghini cross the line. That is not just some yellow Lamborghini. That is none of the shiniest Lamborghini that we're soon about to see. Kanzi getting ahead of Ricky here, side to side, I think. Yeah, they're still side to side. Going into the horseshoe. See who's going to get ahead of one another. Oh, still side to side. Oh, I love stuff like that. Here we go. A good final battle. Now Kanzi on the outside. Ricky now has the inside advantage. He does get ahead and has Kanzi in his rear view mirror now. Beautiful, beautiful work right there. Let's see if Blue could get ahead of Metro. Did a little bit messed up a little bit over there. But so far it's looking great for Lamborghini because they're gonna have 3 drivers on the podium or 3 drivers in the top 10. You cannot ask for more. Well, you could, but like with the fixture dealing with, it's really good. Intoxicated might take away that second spot from Jimmy Fuego. But one spot that definitely does not get taken away is the number 1 is waving the black and white checkered flag, and the number 1 is gonna go to Shiny, winning the race here at Daytona. Side to side, photo finish. Hello. Jimmy is second and Intoxicated in third, but little to no split between them. I need to see that. I need to see that. Like I need to see the split difference. Jimmy Fuego is second, Intoxicated in third, Violet Sky 4, JKR in 5th, Ellie 6, MTL in 7th, Metro in 8th, making that 3 Lamborghinis cross the line. Pluto in 9th and Blue in 10th. So despite the horrible weekend that McLaren has, well, not really horrible. It's actually tolerable at most because the McLarens still have 2 cars out of 3 that are in points margin. Pretty good. Pretty good so far. And for Mercedes, it's also looking great. 2 out of 3 cars cross the line. Or 2 out of 3 cars in the top 10. Making that the race here today. Those are going to be. Let's take a look at how close were those 2. That was super close. It was like, what? Let's see. 50 milliseconds from one another. Wow. What a way to end that race. Holy crap. Wow, what a race. The results, it was Shiny, Jimmy Fuego, Intoxicated, Violet Sky, JKR, Ellie, MTL, Metro, Pluto, and Demi, and fastest lap made by Jimmy Fuego. It's currently taking a look at the standings. We have MTL in the lead, and we have a classic battle. We have MTL Intoxicated, and we are back again in test season, boys. It is a classic battle, MTL versus Intoxicated. Violet Sky in 3rd, Jimmy Fuego in 4th, Shiny in 5th. Meanwhile, we also have Blue in 6th, Shaker 7th, Pluto in 8th, Ellie in 9th, and Metro in 10th. Of course, there are multiple other drivers and 5 drivers still with 0 points. As we're about to go next to the Nordschleife for the LRS GT Nordschleife Crown. So we'll see you there. And until then.